It is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines we have Djibouti's highlights its priority and strengthen its links with the World Bank. In the event of a high street, the opening ceremony could be moved. Welcome to our newsroom. Yesterday marked the start of the crucial meetings at the annual meetings of the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund for the Djibouti delegation. The delegation, headed by the Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of Industry, Ilyas Moussa Dawale, includes such key figures as the Minister of Budget, Isman Ibrahim Roble, the Minister of Health, Ahmed Roble Abdille, notably the Mohamed Siad Douale, Djibouti's ambassador to the United States and the United Nations, also joined the ceremony. The agenda focused heavily on improving the ties with the World Bank to propel Djibouti's national agenda with the digitization, fiscal consolidation, climate financing, and the development of a roundtable for road sector financing as a critical discussion points. Strengthening the private sector was also a focal point, underlining Djibouti's strategy's initiative to improve its economic infrastructure in a productive meeting. At the end of the day, the Djibouti's delegation, led by Ilyas Moussa Dawale and Isman Ibrahim Roble, held detailed discussions with Mr. Osman Dion, the World Bank's new vice president for the MENA region. The dialogue explored the various strategies for deepening cooperation and partnership in several areas, including economic diversification, public financial management, and human capital enhancement. At the head of these discussions was a focus on public enterprises reforms and the financing of resilient road infrastructure. The Djibouti delegation, led by Ilyas Moussa Dawale and accompanied by the Minister of Budget, Isman Ibrahim Roble, took part in a strategic meeting on digital transformation in Djibouti. During the meeting, ANSI General Director Mustafa Mohammed Ismail presented a detailed report on digital transformation in the country. A highlight was followed by another meeting, this time with Ms. Christine Zenwei Cheong, Director of the Global Digital Development Practice within the World Bank's Infrastructure Practice Group. Ms. Cheong emphasized her team's role in advising policymakers and regulators, as well as working with the private sectors and development partners to improve connectivity with the use of digital technologies. During the interview, the director highlighted the importance of strengthening cybersecurity, data protection, and the use of digital technologies to promote sustainable development. In his remarks, Minister Ilyas Dawale welcomed the meetings, highlighting the urgency of the issues of digitalization and the strategic priority for Djibouti. He also stressed that despite the country's advanced telecommunications infrastructure making full use of its remarks a challenge. For his part, the Minister of Budget stressed the imperative of digitizing the administration, adding that this initiative was at the forefront of the government's agenda. The meeting thus marked an important step towards closer collaboration between Djibouti and the international institutions to accelerate the country's digital transformation and meet its development challenges. As part of his ongoing visit to France, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, accompanied by Djibouti's ambassador to France, Aïd Moussad Yahye, was received today by his counterpart, the Minister of Europe and Foreign Affairs, Mr. Stéphane Séjourné. This first official meeting between the two ministers responsible for foreign affairs is part of the regular bilateral consultation between France and Djibouti. After the customary greetings, the two ministers reviewed the regional, sub-regional, and international situation. Discussions also focus on the excellence of bilateral relations between the two countries, as well as issues on the agenda concerning the discussions of the military and defense cooperation treaty and economic cultural cooperation. During the meeting, the two ministers underlined their shared views on all areas of bilateral cooperation and their common desire to deepen and consolidate them. The minister was also received at the Élysée by Jeremy Robert, Africa advisor, The bilateral relationship between the two countries was discussed, as was an overview of the international situation, including the conference on Sudan and IGAD's expectations. Finally, on a multilateral level, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation also had a fruitful meeting the previous day of the OIF headquarters with Madame Louise Mushikiwabo, and reviewed the activities of the Francophonie in Djibouti, notably in the field of digital technology, reading center, and cultural activity, as well as the raising of the CLEF office. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Health, Mr. Mohammed Ali Mohammed, chaired an important meeting this morning on the progress of the Djibouti's allied mosquito project implemented with the Oxitex and Mutualis associations as part of the fight against malaria. The Minister of Health, the meeting was attended by the technical advisor to the President of the Republic, Dr. Abdullahi Hassan, a team from the Oxitec group led by Mr. Gray Fransen, the Prime Minister's Chief of Cabinet, Ali Saleh Abdallah, technical and financial partners and officials from the Ministry of Health. The aim of this project is to combat malaria by significantly reducing the existence of Anopheles, where more specifically Anopheles stephensis, which transmit the disease. To achieve this, a team made up of the Ministry of Health experts from Oxitex and Mutualis are using gene-derived technology. The expected result is that the population of female Anophel mosquitoes will be reduced, effectively combating the spread of malaria. Thanks to this project, sentinel surveillance of vectors in 32 distributed sentinel sites, Douda, Damerjok, Arta, Djibouti, Arhiba, Humbuli, Jebel, is being carried out. Behavioral studies of native Anophels are also being carried out. For his part, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Health, Mr. Mohammed Ali Mohammed, thanked the Oxitex and Mutualis Association for their work and reiterates the importance of the government attaches to the success of this project to eliminate transmission of the disease. He reiterated the importance of the government attaches to the success of this project, which supports the actions undertaken by the Ministry of Health through the national strategic plans of the PNLP. As part of the reforms of public financial management, a training workshop was held today at the National Assembly for members of the Finance, Economic and Planning Committee, organized by the Ministry of Budget and Finance experts, jointly organized by the Minister of Budget and the National Assembly. This workshop marks a significant milestone in the quest for more transparent and efficient financial management, led by national and international experts, Dr. Mohammed Osman Ibrahim, experts, and Mr. Guy Bertrand Conte, proven financial experts. This workshop aims to strengthen the skills of key players involved in the supervision and planning of public financial resources, from budgeting to expenditure monitoring and economic policy evaluations. Participants are expected to acquire in-depth knowledge and practical tools to meet the complex challenges facing public administrations through interactive sessions and concrete case studies. Members of the Finance Committee will have the opportunity to develop a holistic understanding of best practices in the PPM while exploring innovative strategies for optimizing resources allocation and fostering development. Today, Monday, April 15, yesterday, Monday, April 15, 2024, the Prefect of Dakhil, Hassan Abdi Roble, accompanied by the President of the Dakhil Regional Council, Mahad Hussein Ahmed, the Vice President of the Regional Council, Ibrahim Guru, the Secretary General and the Regional Coordinator, took part in the training of agents from the Dakhil regions for the third General Population Census and Housing Census of our country. Regional officials congratulated the participants and stressed the importance of their role in ensuring the success of the census. The Prefect and the President of the Regional Council emphasized to the agents that they must take seriously the tasks entrusted to them, because the achievement of results and the collection of good quality data depend on you. The data collected will be used to make decisions for the development of our country. This morning, the Secretary General of the Secretary of State for Sports, Khadija Ibrahim Idris, received the President of the International Canoe Federation, Mr. Thomas Konetsko, accompanied by the President of the African Canoe Confederation and the Vice President of the ANOCA, Mr. João Costa Alegre. The delegation also included Madam Asha Garad, President of the Committee of the National Olympic, and her team, as well as the President of the Djibouti Canoe Federation, Mr. Ahmed Mohamed. The Secretary General of the expressed her delight at receiving the guests and praised the remarkable work and dynamism of the Djibouti's Canoe Federation. She regretted the absence of the Minister whom she represented due to his busy agenda. For his part, Mr. Konetsko said that he was honored by receptionists and expressed his gratitude for the warm welcome. He pointed out that this was his first visit to Djibouti and East Africa, praised the progress made by the Djibouti Canoe Federation. The President of the Committee Olympic, Asha Garad, highlighted the fruitful collaboration between the Minister of Sports and the Olympic Committee, explaining that this was the secret of success. Mr. Alegre expressed his delight and this tripartite collaboration, which said was rare in Africa, praising the dynamism of the President of the Djibouti Canoe Federation and calling for his support in flying the national flag and joining the Canoe family. Discussions focused on various areas of future collaboration. Testifying to a promising partnership, the ministerial delegation also includes General Inspector Musa Ali, Technical Advisor Muhammad Farah, Sports Director Abshir Ali, and Communication Manager Idris Adoita. At the close of the meeting, gifts were exchanged between two parties, followed by the traditional family photo symbolizing the new partnership. For the international scene, the European Union strives to limit the spillover of the European Union limit the spillover of the Israeli-Iranian conflict. The attack which saw Tehran launched some 300 drones, ballistic missiles, ballistic missiles and cruise missiles against Israel, drew condemnation from European leaders who firmly sided with the Israeli, while Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's war cabinet is considering direct retaliation. Europe is striving to contain a possible Israeli response and prevent further escalations. A joint statement issued on behalf of the EU member states by EU heads of diplomacy Josep Borrell reiterates the European Union's commitment to Israeli activities, but calls of all parties to exercise the utmost restraints. Iran's attacks was in response to Israeli air strike on its consulate in Damascus on April 1st, which killed 7 people. The 27 foreign ministers of the European Union will hold an extraordinary video conference meeting today to discuss their collective response to this escalation seen as an inflection point in the Middle East conflict. The Union could impose additional sanctions against Tehran to pressure the Iranian regime to refrain from further escalations, but the 27 are treading a fine line between strengthening support for Israel and calling on the Israeli government to act within the bounds of international law. In the event of a high-level threat, the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympic could be relocated with 100th day to go before the opening of the Paris Olympic Games. The French president on Monday raised for the first time the possibility of an alternative solution for the opening ceremony on the Seine. In a televised interview, Emmanuel Macron said that the French authorities were anticipating planes B and C as a precautionary measure in the event of a top-high terrorist threat. This opening ceremony, along the rivers that runs through the capitals on July 26, is a world first. We can do it, and we are going to do it. Emmanuel Macron began before confirming that alternative planes were being prepared in parallel in view of the renewed international tensions. We will make a real-time analysis on the risks declared Emmanuel Macron among the solutions put forward by the president, moving to ceremony which be limited to the Trocadero opposite of the Eiffel Towers. Another option was to move the ceremony back to the state of France, Stade de France, north of Paris, because that was traditionally done, said the head of the state. Until now, these last options had been ruled out, especially as event had already been scheduled on July 26th. And to close up this event, sports, Bayer Leverkusen won the first German league titles in their history on home soil, and in the process ended Bayern Munich's 11th season hegemony over German football. Xabi Alonso unbeaten sides outclassed Bremen's 5-0 on the final day of the 29th Bundesliga season to secure at 16 points lead over Bayern Munich and Stuttgart. With 5 match days left to play, they can no longer be overtaken and take possessions of the Schal, the trophy awarded to the champions, who was wholly owned by Munich between 2013 and 2023. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.